Next up is the Highwayman. The Highwayman is a character that combines a lot of range and melee attacks. He is he has okay versatility, single target damage, and AoE. But he is not as tanky as a lot of other characters, so he really functions best as a third slot character. Um, his skills are. So let's see. How do I explain this? Let's start with Grape Shot. Grape Shot is a ranged attack, and it will hit the first 3 characters on the enemy team. It can only be used from the second and the third spawn on your party. It will deal reduced damage and has lower crit chance than other attacks, but it does do okay like AoE damage, very okay AoE damage even. It has point blank shot, which he has to be on the front row to use. Will knock back something. He has a higher damage modification than other attacks. So it will hit very hard, but he can only use if he's in the front and can only hit the front row, like the first character on the enemy team. Pistol shot, which the ranged attack he can only. This is also ranged, but it's kind of like a melee attack. It's weird, but what's important is those are his ranged attacks. Those 3 are his ranged attacks. Right? This is the pistol shot. He will, from the 3 back spots, hit the 3 back on the enemy team. It has okay accuracy. It does have a slightly like damage debuff or damage modification decrease, but it does have a higher than normal crit chance. So it does have a very high chance to crit. And then there is Wicked Slice, which is this basic melee attack he can use for the third spot as well as the first 2. He hits the first 2 as most of the melee attacks. He has nice accuracy, nice crit chance, so overall just nice. But he has the alternative version of that same attack. It's pretty much the same, which is Open Veins. It deals slightly less damage and it has slightly less chance to crit, but it will put a nasty bleed on the enemy, which can stack up and deal a lot of damage. He has one buff skill which is taken. It would increase his accuracy and critical chance. He can use anywhere from his own, like, he can use anywhere. And then there's Duelist Advance, which he can use from those 3 spots. Duelist Advance it's a melee attack, but it will move him forward 1 spot. So if he's on the last spot and use it, he's gonna go to the 3rd one and so forth. So yeah, it's pretty much it doesn't do too much damage. It's mostly used for movement, so you don't have to waste entire turn moving. But the thing is, he can move 2 slots without. Like, he can move 2 slots. He's one of those classes that can move 2 at a time. Finish 2. But yeah, the way I build him usually, I take Wicked Slash, or Open Vein, not so nice. Open Vein, Grape Shot, Pistol Shot, and Duelist Advance. Duelist Advance more for position. If he's on less spot, like he cannot use Grape Shot nor Open Vein, so I like to have this just in case. Like I said, the way I play, I have the bread and butter. This is pretty much the bread, and this is the butter. Or this is the butter. It depends on the situation. So really, this is the bread and those 2 are the butter. His desired bleed chance is really nice to like kill stuff. As for camping skills, he has a Gallon's Humor, which reduces his stress and has a chance of reducing stress of your party. It can increase stress, but it's only a 25% chance of that happening. You have Uncatchable, which will improve scouting chance. I'll touch that later. And then you have Bent Stance, which is pretty much the same thing as the Bounty Hunters, really. Those 2, which is less likely to be surprised and more likely to surprise monsters. And then you have clean guns, which is something that would increases accuracy, damage, and crit chance on ranged attacks. And this is important to note because, for instance, clean guns will not affect open vein and duelist advance or quick slice, but will affect pistol shot, grape shot, and point blank shot. This is a very nice buff, and I find myself using this a lot. So yeah, he's not a very tanky character. He's very good at the middle spots. He can hit like pretty much anyone in the enemy party. I find him to be like really adept at killing something that was left low on health, or just straight up like making something low on health for someone else. So yeah, this is the Highwayman. Honestly, he is one that I recommend you have in your party.